What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we have Worst to First on Doctor Who Series 2. I did Series 1 a couple of weeks ago, so you can click on the top right of your screen now, and that will pop up for you. So go watch that first before you watch this. But basically, all I do is rank the episodes of Doctor Who Series 2 in order of my favourite to my least favourite, basically, or least favourite to favourite. Series 2. Rewatched Series 2 and I was quite disappointed actually. Looking back on it, it's not as good as I remember it. There's a lot of things I don't like about it, but there's a lot of good things as well. Remember guys, this is my opinion. Your opinion will be totally different to mine, and I get that. And especially with a couple of these episode rankings, I know you're going to hate, because we're going to start off with, in last place, New Earth. Yeah, guys, it's just, for me, it's annoying that basically the 10th Doctor's first episode, because the Christmas invasion wasn't really a lot of him. His being his first main episode, we don't actually get a lot of the Doctor again, because he kind of gets transformed into Cassandra sometimes. So that is quite annoying. The cat people, I guess, is a bit of a laugh when that was on screen. It was quite funny. It was different. I do like the zombie aspect to this. I really do like that with the virus, and we get to see the face of Bo as well. But overall, the graphics as well isn't fantastic in this. And yeah, it's just a bit annoying. Cassandra's a bit annoying again, like she usually is. And yeah, just not a big fan of this one. So into the second episode now, which I believe is the second episode of the series. It's Tooth and Claw. This is an episode I would just say as boring. Um, there's good sequences, like I think it's one of the starting sequences where we have all the bold men doing their like jujitsu kind of things. That's kind of cool. But apart from that, this has that generic, oh, let's run away from the monster kind of thing. And it has a historical figure, but does the historical figure have to be there? Not really. I'm not a big fan of Tooth and Claw. It's just a dull episode for me. And for dull episode, this is another one. Guys, I know a lot of people love this episode, but I just don't. Um, it's just quite annoying. I just don't like it. It's just boring. It's another one of those where we're on a spaceship, trapped, something's gone loose, and this is basically another example of that. It's a bit like 42. I don't like 42, and this again I don't like. The Beast, or the Satan, whatever you want to call him, devil thing, he looks pretty cool. I do quite like his design with the kind of horn and chain design. I really do like that part of the story when the Doctor's facing off with him. But apart from that, I don't really buy the kind of hypnotism of the weird guy. I can't remember his name, with the all of the like hieroglyphics on him, like the Egyptian stuff. Anyway, I'm not a huge fan of this episode, and that's why it's this low down. So just above that is Fear Her. Again, a slightly dull episode as well. We're trying to get out of the dull episodes now, but this again is just creeping into that dull category. I really love the villain in this. I think it's really creative with the kind of drawing, and to link it with the 2012 London Olympics, I thought that was really cool. And I love the scene with the cancel person, where he's like, you're using a cancel axe on a cancel road from a cancel van. I love that. That's one of my favourite parts about this episode. But yeah, again, it has the dull aspects. The Doctor isn't in it as much. And but Rose does get a lot of shine in this episode, which I do like when the companion gets a bit of shine in every episode. Another one where the Doctor and Rose get broken up. They get broken up a lot in this series. It's the Idiot's Lantern. The villain in this is a bit annoying. It's like, feed me. It's the woman on the TV. But I think it works. And the use of magpie electricians is cool, because we see this crop up multiple times in the new Who series. And I'm just quite a nice fan of the kind of aesthetic to this um, to this whole episode. The Doctor's hair is a bit wild. in this episode, but I love Rose's costume. And the whole thing at the end where he's climbing up the, I don't know what you would call it, electricity pylon thing, and he gets electrocuted. That's a fantastic scene. And I love the bit where he's arguing with the father, and he's like, "You're not listening." I love it. I absolutely love that scene. So yeah, this episode has good parts about it, but also has those lackluster parts as well. So next up is a very, very unpopular episode. A lot of people say this is the worst episode in Doctor Who history. And I actually quite like it, guys. I'm so sorry to admit that, but I actually love Love and Monsters. It's such a fun episode, I think. It's kind of a break in the series. I think we follow the Mr. Blue Sky, as I like to call him, Guy. Yeah, we just follow the life of him, and we see the group of... I just love every person in the group. They've all got great personalities, I think. Some of them are annoying, but some of them are funny. And we get that love story as well. The villain, yeah, Peter Kay in a Zorbaloff suit kind of thing is a bit weird, but I think it's really scary as well. With, like, you can see the faces and dead corpses and stuff inside of him. I think that's fantastic, and how he absorbs people. I think that's a fantastic villain, and I believe it was created by a child, so that's kind of cool. We don't see the Doctor or Rose at all, pretty much, in this episode until the end, so that's like one of the downsides, but it kind of works with the story, and that's why I love this episode. I know people are going to hate me in the comments for this, but Love and Monsters is a good episode to me. So now we get into probably the great episodes now. So we start with Rise of Cybermen and the Age of Steel. When I was a little boy, I loved this episode. Looking back on it, it's not as good as I remember, but it's still pretty awesome. We get the redesign of the Cyberman back in the new series, and I love this design to this day. I think the design has been overused though, and that's why people don't like it anymore. But yeah, when this first came out, I was like, wow, oh my god, the Cybermen are back. I get a cool design for them. Yeah, and the parallel world aspect to this links in with the last two episodes, but I absolutely love this episode. There's nothing bad I can say about it, really. It's just a solid, good episode. You got great villains, great cast. You get to see Rose's dad, which is fantastic, and the parallel universe. Fortunately, we do lose Mickey in this episode. Or do we lose Mickey? I can't even remember. I think we lose Mickey in the end, because the parallel universe Mickey dies, and I think he stays to look after his nan. So yeah, solid episode. And yeah, we'll get into the next one. So the next one is one of my all-time favourites. It's the girl in the fireplace. I love the cast on this. You got Mickey, you got Rose, you got the Doctor, and you've got Madame Pompadour. I love her character from the little girl all the way up to the mature woman. It's just a fantastic episode in my opinion. The villains are fantastic. I love the design of the clockwork robots, and they can return any time because the kind of aesthetic with them was for that time period. So you could just redress them up into anything else and use them again. I believe they have been used again, though, in the new Who series, but I would like to see them return in Jodie Whittaker's reign. And yeah, I just love this episode. And I love when the Doctor gets kind of drunk, as I would like to say. Yeah, it's a fun episode, as well as a serious episode. And that scene where the Doctor crashes through the mirror on a horse is fantastic. So in second place now, we have School Reunion. The villain in this is probably one of the best villains, or new created villains of New Who, in my opinion. I really want the Krillitanes to return. They evolve, so they can return as something different. And yeah, I just love the head teacher kind of Krillitane. He is fantastic in this episode. And tries to join forces with the Doctor, which is different. We haven't seen that before. And yeah, I just really do like it. And he understands what a Time Lord is as well. So yeah, that's a cool aspect about this. We obviously get the return of Sarah Jane Smith and the K9. That bumps the episode way up. And yeah, it sets the tone for the Sarah Jane adventures and for her return in future episodes. And yeah, I love her return. And when she sees the TARDIS, it's fantastic. Her reaction to that. I love Mickey in this episode as well. He's kind of a bit childish and a bit scared of things, basically. And the school students as well. One of them is quite annoying, the guy with the glasses, but he does actually help with the plot move on. The Doctor in this episode is pretty cool, but he's trying not to get Rose and Sarah Jane to kind of fight. But it turns out they're not fighting, they're actually going against the Doctor. So it's quite comical, this episode, but I do really like it. So in first place, it has to be Army of Ghosts and Doomsday. This is a fantastic blockbuster. I can't even speak. Blockbuster of an episode. Jesus Christ. You get the Daleks versus the Cybermen, the two biggest enemies of the Doctor, fighting against each other. And the Doctor even has to side with the Cybermen to help bring down the Daleks. It's a fantastic two-parter. We obviously got the end of the story arc of Rose Tyler. Oh my word, what a scene at the end on Badwell Bay. Fantastic. We see the Doctor cry, Lily say I love you to Rose. What a scene, what an episode, what a series finale. You can't change my mind on this. This is the best episode of the series. So thank you guys so much for watching this Whovian Alliance video, and I'll see you guys in the next one, where I rank Series 2.